Greetings once again, mages out there. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, where previously, it's very simple. Natsu took it to Vernus, with a little help from Wendy taking everyone's power and imbuing it into Natsu. Natsu was able to burn brighter and hotter than he ever had before. And taking on the will of Athena, he was finally able to do it. He took down Vernus. But is this truly the end? I must say, while the battle, I believe it'll be incredibly animated once we get to that point, I don't know, it just feels a little bit not as good as it could have been. I don't know, I guess I was expecting just a little bit more. Maybe it's because a lot of the other battles at least had something else kind of going on in the background to some degree, but the fight with Vernus was a little too straightforward. Getting to Vernus wasn't, between the side quests that Sabretooth went on and the battles that Fairy Tail had to endure. It had its ups and downs, and the whole Midas gold beams were cool as hell. But I don't know, this one might be my least favorite, especially if Athena really is gone at the end here. Much like with Selene, I'm just like, I don't want her to be gone. The only thing I could think of is like somehow she ended up in like Athena 2, but I don't know how that would happen. And someone would have to willingly have put Athena's mind in Athena 2, but I don't know how that would end up happening. So, what happens next? Join me as I find out, won't you? Alright, Fairy Tale 100 Years Quest, Chapter 153. A Miracle of Love. Ooh, I might get what I want after all. That's the only miracle I can think of. And just for the month of February, you have Juvia and Gray being all lovey-dovey. I will admit, I do kind of wish Juvia was in on this mission just to have her spend more time with Gray. I feel like we're really been building up the relationship. It has been built upon as much as Gajila and Levy, but we always have those couples who move a little bit faster than you would think would work out. Some do, some don't. Alright, we have the sigils of the 5 dragon gods, barring Dog Ramag, who I think died before this mural was made? Yeah, I think so. These don't even really look like them too much either. Every time I see this, I think of that. I mean, to a certain degree. I mean, you have the one for Alderaan, it looks like it has a tree in it. Mercuphobia's one looks like a bit of a serpent, like sea dragon, I guess I could see that. Selene's one looks kind of like a bird-like creature, I guess. And Vernus's one looks a little ethereal, kind of taking on the fact that it was a concept of sorts. Ignia's one is like the most wild, because like, I guess it does look like its horn, like his horns, but I don't know, it's kind of wild. And I'm still waiting for the Sun Dragon God, because I always say it, but days of the week, the last one would be the Sun Dragon God. Regardless, Vernus's sigil slowly fades, leaving only Ignia's colored in. Elfin observes this and states to no one in particular, maybe his crow friend, the metal dragon god has been sealed away, but it cost us Athena, which I'm still not very happy about. Still holding out hope. Come on, Mashima, come on. He states, please forgive me, one of those who brought you into this world. He touches upon the mural and states, but it will all be over soon. Only one of the 5 dragon gods remain, Ignia, the fire dragon god. Yeah, we're coming down to the wire, baby. The 100 Years Quest will be completed after more than a century. Ooh, that's kind of a hype tagline, I won't lie. Getting us pumped for the finale. We then see Vernus's collapse. So he really is done. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. Fairy Tail will complete the most difficult job in the magical world, and the pieces of Vernus rain down to the ground. We even see that those who were affected by the goldification beams have it just chipping away off of their flesh. Man, getting gold rain down on you, that's so cool. And Gray questions, it was really made of gold. Pick all of that up. Pick it all up. Like, straight up, just grab all of that. Get that bag, baby. Well, Rogue says, well, it sure looked like it was, so yeah, and of course, I'm with you on that one, Lucy. Lucy, she doesn't look too happy. And I understand. Happy runs over to Natsu, who's barely able to get up, with Happy yelling, Natsu, you okay? Natsu smiles and says, yeah, that's 4 down. It's just Ignia left now. Always looking to the future. Exactly. We pick up with Sting throwing the gold in the air, saying, "Look at all this gold, I'm rich." Yeah, and I know that's right. Minerva hefted a few chunky pieces under her arm, saying, it should sell for quite a lot. See, Sabretooth knows. Sabretooth knows what's up. Ursa questions, "You're taking it home?" "Hell yeah. Massive payday, baby." It's like an actual RPG. You actually got something out of it. See, there we go. Minerva says, "Naturally, this may have been a job for all of you, but we're not getting paid." Exactly. Lecter holds up some chunks saying, "I assert the right to take this gold." Yes. Lecter is me. Frost is friggin' biting on one piece. Someone get that away from the baby. He's gonna choke. Yukino says, "Don't eat that, Frost." Wendy questions, "Does Frost know that's the dragon's body?" Frost becomes a dragon slayer. 5th generation, baby. Charlotte says that he doesn't care either way. Now, Frost knows what's up. As Wendy and Carla watch everyone, Carla brings up, "But anyway, the guild was an illusion and so were its members. It's almost like Kate's shelter." I didn't actually even... What a wild thing to bring up. I guess, yeah, to a certain degree. The non-corporeal members, kinda. I mean, it's a little different, but yeah, wild. Wendy continues to look off, smiling, saying, "It's completely different. Kate's shelter was an illusion created out of love." Yeah. The basis behind the two guilds are very different. What an interesting thing to bring up, though, huh? Oh, suddenly something is moving in the rubble next to Jalal, and he hears voices. He's shocked and questions, "Who's there?" As he and Urza look on, Urza says, "You're," as two figures emerge. Oh, okay. See, yeah, because not all of them could have been illusions. I thought, like, at least Sai and the Signaria sisters were, like, actual humans. Although, Sai can be gone. I still feel some kind of way about, his involvement in the final battle and all that. I'm just like, Sai, your gimmick got old real fast. But emerging from the rubble, it's the Signaria sisters, Annie and Luso. And Urza says, "Those whatchamacallit sisters." God damn it, Urza. I'm glad they're not gone. They were probably two of the more interesting members aside from Athena. Urza says, "So you're alive?" Urza and her body count. I still think about the fact that Urza's probably killed the most people out of most of the heroes. That isn't a reformed villain, I guess you could say. Urza has killed characters I didn't even know were dead until it was stated later down the line. Grace says, "Wait, they weren't illusions?" Lusa holds her head saying, "We're the Signaria sisters." Yeah, get it right, assholes. And Annie says, "We were traveling and someone stole our minds away." So they were being controlled. I mean, that feels like a bit of a gimmick, but I'll kind of take it. I like them well enough that I'm willing to accept that. I mean, look, if Vernus could be a concept made into reality, then I can believe anything when it comes to this. Lusa says, "It's no good. I can't remember anything." Hey, you don't remember the ass kicking you got either, huh? Wendy questions, "Don't tell me Vernus was controlling you." Annie is shocked hearing that name, repeating, "Vernus?" Oh. They then start getting pretty grim as Lusa says, "Oh, so that's what happened." And he says, "I knew we were its enemy. It knew we were its enemy." Okay. So were they on like some kind of mission to take down Vernus and then they got controlled instead? Honestly, that speaks more to your incapabilities than anything else. I'm being real. So, are they allies now? Jalal questions, "Enemy?" Lusa says, "Yes, of Vernus." While Annie adds, "Oh, it's kind of mixed up. Wait, we're disciples of the fire dragon god. Members of fire and flame. What? Okay, kick their asses." Like, okay. Oh, so you're up next again. Oh god, no. Don't fight these guys again. They might end up being more competent in the next go around, because they didn't think about turning Urza into the little version that can't use magic like they did in their first fight. So their abilities are two hacks. Take them out now. God, they look so sinister. You guys are looking pretty sinister for two people who got their asses kicked already. Disciples of the flame dragon god. Fire dragon god. Huh. Natsu steps up saying, "The fire dragon god. You're with Ignia?" Lusa says, "Oh, from your face I take it you're our enemies too." Big sis Should we take care of them here and now? Y'all really must have lost your memories if you're saying that. Or do they have abilities that we're not aware of? And that could explain why they got beat. They weren't in their right minds, more or less. And he says, no. Let's return to the fire god's castle. We've been gone for a while. That's a smart move. Luso says, guess we don't have much choice. Later. They disappear like freaking Team Rocket or something. In a freaking explosion. What the hell? Freaking explosion goes off and they're gone. Lucy says they disappeared. Sing says fire. Well, Rogue questions, are they wizards? Oh god. Do they actually have magic? Okay, I guess that's a good way of having them return. So were the illusion, world manipulation alchemy powers not their actual ability? I'm kind of okay with that. Those powers were a little too much. Gray says, I didn't expect India to have human allies though. Wendy says, yes, it doesn't seem quite right. Yeah, now that you mention it, for what Igneous trying to do, why would he have humans working with it? I mean, there might be more to it than that. And it could also be that maybe they hate humanity? Cause wait, didn't they have some kind of backstory about their fears and stuff? I mean, didn't they join Gold Owl out of a want to stop the dragon gods? Why would they? That doesn't add up. Yeah, there's something to that I feel like isn't quite right. Regardless, Urza says, in any case, if we're going to fight Ignia, we'll be going up against them again. Rematch. Maybe they'll come with a few more powerful tricks. I mean, Annie did ultimately say she could use... No, she was using alchemy to replicate magical abilities, right? Okay. So are they going to have the same abilities or something different? Oh, I'm getting what I wanted. A figure approaches from behind, calling out to Lucy. A mechanical foot approaches, and as Lucy turns, we see Athena too, with her visor cracked, one eye exposed. Could it be? The others prepare themselves, with Urza calling out to Athena too, in shock. Well, Happy says, the bad Athena? Well, Natsu readies himself, saying, you. Lucy steps between them, saying, wait, and Athena too gives a nod, and Lucy wells up with tears. Yes. Lucy grabs Athena's hand, saying, you're the Athena we know, and Athena too says, yes, but how? Oh, come on. Athena says, somehow my consciousness and personality moved to this body, it seemed. Come on. You know what? I'll take it. I love Athena enough to just be like, you know what? I'll take that. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but I want this badly enough to just roll with it, much to everyone's shock. I mean, it could honestly be that once Vernus entered Athena's body, Athena's consciousness just ended up in Athena too. I mean, it's not like Athena 2 had a personality. If anything, is the one thing Bora Bora 1 didn't want in Athena 2. He just wanted a subservient being. So Athena 2 was as empty could be. I'm willing to justify a lot to have this, okay? And this feels like the one kind of win for Lucy. You know, Lucy doesn't get a lot of victories, but at least from a moral standpoint, I kind of like this. And it makes me think of Michelle. If you know, you know. I actually love that story arc in the anime, and I'm okay with this because of it. But Lucy hugs Athena, and as Lucy continues to well up with tears, she says, I don't care how you got here. Welcome back. Oh, yes. Got my baby back. And again, I've said it before. After everything we went through, trying to get Athena, looking for this white wizard, left, right, and center, and all that. It's just like, oh, come on. Although, I don't know if we can really call her the white wizard now that she's not all white. Then again, she can always get a new paint job. I don't know how I feel about the helmet on her and all that. The visor look is a little bit better for Athena too. Then again, even with Athena 1, her eyes got bigger the more emotion she got. So the proportions for her head kind of threw me a bit. Athena 2 returns the hug. Well, Athena. That's slipping me up so much. But she returns the hug saying, I have returned. And everyone smiled. It's a feel-good moment, baby. Charlie looks to Wendy smiling, saying, it's like Irene's magic. Yeah, I guess. Personality transfer? Mind transfer or whatever? Wendy says, I didn't do this. We then cut to Zalama, or Zalam, who is the real Bora Bora somehow, at which we got more of an explanation about how he's still around, but okay. As Wendy says, this probably wasn't magic. Perhaps it was the power of love. I mean, is this what he wanted? Or did he know this would happen? Did he know, like, the fake Duke was creating another Athena? And what about his quote-unquote son and Iruzala and all that? Like, everything around this whole character is kind of weird, if I'm being honest. The more I think about it. Like, the whole side quest and... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this one. Alright, we see day turn to night. Sabretooth sets off with gold in hand. Again, get that bag. The most fruitful little quest for them. And then we have Lucy's narration saying, the Sabretooth crew went back to their guild with huge sacks of gold in tow. Yeah, baby. The fake Duke had disappeared at some point, right? He just up and vanished. Just out of nowhere. The fake Duke was gone. He was yelling at one point and then he was gone. I really feel like an animation for this would smooth out a lot of the rough parts. I don't know why this story arc was just so conflicting for me. Lucy says, as we thought, he must have been an illusion created by Vernus, right? Like, Vernus created a whole-ass illusionary person who was that as powerful as the Duke, who then went on to create a whole nother Athena. It just... so much about that, just like, what? An illusionary Duke who created an illusionary puppets, mind-controlled two girls who were in the employ of Ignia, and then resurrected God Serena from the dead. Like, you know, it's weird we didn't really get too much of Vernus's personality, considering that his magic did all that. Like, Vernus did some stupid amounts of heavy lifting to get this done and stay behind the scenes out of everyone's reach. And they just pulled him into the physical world to beat that ass. I mean, I feel like I should enjoy the lengths we had to go through in order to take down Vernus, and yet I just can't bring myself to fully enjoy it. I like certain elements, but it's just not as interesting to me. Like, even with the situation with Alderaan, you at least had the stuff with Toka going on and taking on the Fairy Tale Guild and stuff like that. I feel like something a little bit more. Had the whole thing with the Iruzala situation at least had more of an insight or something, because I feel like certain things I said about Zalama and Iruha, hiding out to keep certain things safe and this, that, and the other, but ultimately it was all stuff that would only benefit good people. So, like, why were you hiding it away? Why did you make Sabretooth go through all these hoops and stuff? You could have just helped them and gave them the Philosopher's Stone. Why did they have to go to a forest, find some duplicate that was not the actual father? Why did they have to merge? Why did we get Iruzala? Why couldn't we just have Iruzala, who was like the daughter or granddaughter of Duke Boroboroa? There's so many things about that has me going like, why? Why did we need to do that? It didn't add anything. I'm sorry, the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, what was that detour? I'm still mad about the whole Sai situation, because Ganai and Kotetsu had that fight. They had that fight. Honestly, Lucy and Gray could have lost, or they could have pulled out an ability out of their butts. Like, it could have gone either way, but we had to bring Sai in it so that we could have Brandish appear and have that weird moment of everyone switching bodies again. And it's just like, hey, look, the novelty on Sai's abilities wore off really fast, especially when we found out he could switch people's places with actual inanimate objects. It's damn near as bad as Luso forgetting that she could turn people into things or mess with Urza's abilities and stuff. Like, if anything, Urza taking on the Signario sisters by herself should have been harder than taking them on in a 3-1, 3-on-2 fight. Like, some of the fights were cool, but man, there were just weird choices and powers that the villains had that just said they should have won. Shoot, Duke Boroboro's whiteout ability alone should have been like an instant victory thing. At least the thing about him only stealing the fire dragon magic and not knowing Natsu had the thunder dragon magic and Natsu using that on Borobora, at least that was a little bit clever. Why it doesn't siphon out magic power entirety from a person and is selective to certain abilities is kind of weird, but I mean, at least I was willing to roll with that a little bit more. At least the explanation behind that I was willing to get behind. And I don't like complaining like this. I'm not an overly critical person. It's just that this story arc just had one too many things that made me go, wait a minute, what the hell was that? Why did we do that? But you know what? Athena's still around, and I'll accept that. We see Athena, now without the visor, and I'm glad she's back, but I need you to give her like a redesign or something. That headpiece just really throws me. But Lucy says, Elfisera took Athena in. She's living as a human now. She's gotten good at smiling. Oh, yeah, she needs a new coat of paint or something. Like, even the chin piece is like, oh no. She's still cute, but we need a bit of a redesign on you, Athena. I kind of hope that she's like able to like bring down the visor again or something. Like give her like an appearance of Witch from Eden Zero. Witch, when she has the visor, is like really cool. And we then see Jalal and the fairy tale crew going out. Is Jalal gonna be with them on the mission from here on out? Huh. Lucy's narration says, and we set off in search of Ignia, the final dragon god. We did have one clue to his whereabouts, the fire god's castle. Holy shit, that looks like Mount Doom. See, now that looks like a final battleground. But yeah, I can't get over my gripes when it comes to this arc. I can't. But enough good came from it that I'm kind of willing to look past it. Because all the other face-offs with the dragon gods were so much fun, or at least had other things going on that made it fun. And man, the Fire Castle, Fire God's Castle? Yeah, that's such a cool location. But there definitely feels like there's more going on with Ignia than we've seen. I'm just wondering where that's leading to. I'm glad Athena's still around, because again, like, the whole White Witch situation has been with us from the beginning of this story. Like, come on. You can't get rid of Athena after all of that. And she's with Elfisera, so she might come in and join the battle, because we're heading into the final fight, as far as I know. So we'll probably have Athena, we'll probably have Selene and the Diablo's Guild. I wonder if Selene will get her crew back from Elantir. Then again, they come from a completely different universe, so maybe we'll find the Elantir version of, the Moonlight Divinities, her crew from the other world. So we might have Toka, Fenris, Selene and the Diablo's Guild. Because, I mean, we've built up so many characters on this quest, and we even still have yet to have Brandish really involved with anything, and Lucy still has yet to get back Aquarius's key, so we still need to follow that up. And I still am questioning if maybe the rest of the Fairy Tale Guild will end up helping out again, and they should have gotten back home by now, but I don't know. And I still feel that some sun dragon god has to emerge, either after all of the dragon gods are dealt with, or Natsu will ascend and become the sun dragon god as sorts. I mean, maybe Natsu will fully be turned into a dragon, but I mean, we've seen that the other dragons can switch between a human form and their dragon form, so the downsides of going full dragon are kind of like, Natsu just keeps gaining more and more power, so that could be a thing. But yeah, I mean, one story arc that I'm not too jiving with out of the other story arcs that we've had, Water, Wood, Moon, Great Labyrinth, which was Earth, and Gold 5, which has just ended. We'll be heading into the Fire Dragon God arc. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. How did you feel about this conclusion? Are you happy like me that Athena managed to survive? Or do you feel like there needed to be a full-on sacrifice? And if so, who hurt you? And in terms of the dragon gods, where would you rank this? I will say Vernus is probably at the bottom. Vernus, then Alderon, Mercuphobia, Dogramag, Selene, and then Ignia so far. Yeah, that's about where I would place things. Dogramag was actually a lot of fun for the dragon god who died off first. Like, he was actually really cool. And Mercuphobia was a great place to start. Alderon kind of fell to the wayside because you were more interested with the stuff with the whole Toka thing. But the scramble between Alderon, Toka, and everything else. It's like, it was a lot of fun. But Vern is just, I guess just too tedious. But again, I want to hear from you. So like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the ride. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you later. Till then, bye-bye.